Woo! What is up, everybody? Been about a month or so since I've uploaded or been out riding at all, for that matter. But I'm at West Point today. We are properly testing out this new cogent front suspension on the XT225. And really just testing out the whole bike, because this is the first time I've rode it outside of just putting around my property. It's been raining for a few days, so it's going to be sloppy and wet. Nothing I can really do about that. Recognize the trail at all. This is the same trail I'm on right now. It's the one from the beta demo day ride. It was a little muddy and sloppy when we did that as well, so cross-rutted right there. I can tell you in this short time the front suspension is, for what it is, I'll use the word perfect. Getting some of these roots cross-rutted again. Hitting some of these roots and stuff. Pretty little bumpy sections. It's doing just fine. For those that aren't aware, I've just done cogent stiffer fork springs. I forget off the top of my head the compression rate on them. And then I didn't do the drop-in DDCs, but I did up the fork weight to 15. And I was pretty confident I was going to be pleasantly surprised and happy with how good they performed. And I would say I was correct. Trail riding, I wouldn't be out jumping this thing, anything like that. Missed the turn. But for what the bike is meant for, they perform just fine. Happy with the gearing on the bike too. Everything I've been doing is in second gear, so not having to do a lot of shifting back and forth between second and third, anything like that. Just about go as slow as you want in second. This is, to my knowledge, stock gearing. I've counted the teeth on the rear sprocket. I know it's stock. I have not double checked the front. One thing I can tell you that is absolute trash on these bikes is the foot pegs. Feet have already slid off a couple times. They're just really narrow front to back, which isn't really a huge problem. But they just don't stick out far enough sides. You only feel like you can get half your foot up there on them. That problem just probably exaggerated a little bit how slippery, muddy everything is. rear shock is performing very well as well. I had adjusted the preload all the way up on it, as well as adjusted the clicker, which my best guess on how the bike reacted as I was adjusting the clicker and then playing with it. That clicker adjusts. I feel like it's adjusted rebound and compression at the same time. That may not be accurate, but that's what it felt like. You could set it soft and just bounce up and down on the seat, and it would be quick to compress and it would be quick to rebound. And then as you went stiffer with it, it'd be slower to compress, slower to rebound. So I feel like that clicker is adjusting both. Whatever it's adjusting is having an effect, noticeable effect on both rebound and compression dampening. And then, like I said, I've got it one click off the stiffest setting, and then I've got the preload cranked to the max, and it doesn't actually have very much preload adjustability. You only get like a 1/4 inch of adjustment maybe. And I'm about 170 pounds with helmet and boots on, we'll say. So at that weight, I'd say the rear shock is plenty good to not be messed with for this type of ride. And I don't think I've bottomed the rear, nor have I bottomed the front yet this entire time. I'm also not racing the thing. Like, I'm not Carson Brown out here just absolutely ripping it or nothing. But this is a pretty good C-class pace. By pretty good C-class pace, I don't mean winning C-class pace. I mean probably middle of the pack C-class pace. Which is about as fast as I can go and sustain. Go a little faster maybe for a short burst, and then I have to slow down. My endurance is not able to keep up much more. But given this is the first time I've actually got the bike out and ridden it, other than just putting around the yard or around the house on it, these bikes are surprisingly good. Also, I feel like you can definitely tell if you're riding around a 240 to 250 pound bike compared to my CRF 250F I had, which was more around 270 something maybe. I feel like it definitely, the Honda definitely had better front suspension. Not necessarily how it sprung was noticeably different, but just more responsive feel in the front. But you would expect that considering it had larger diameter forks. Both bikes have conventional style forks, not inverted upside down motocross style forks, but the Hondas being larger diameter, they were a little more rigid, had less flex in them. And even though I haven't had that bike in about a year, that was the last trail bike I had, so feel like I can notice that difference a little bit as well. I don't know what tires this bike has on it. All I can tell you is that they are non-DOT off-road tires, and they're performing pretty good as well, given how slick and muddy everything is. So anyway, there's a lap on the XT225 on the same beginner trail that I did the beta demo days on.